So if you, Alex, we can't hear you now. It says connecting audio.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's good. Leave video here and audio on your
Yeah, it will be better this way.
So if you don't see Alex, you can on the right hand side you have the option to where you can click three dots on the image and you can click pin video, so that way he will be the one who is presenting. So I wanted can everybody hear us?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we have again we have Maria Palau, Maria Paes, Daria, Bella, and Diana. So whom you haven't met yet, this is Alex. You can tell about yourself, I guess, and talk about your expertise, and then we will do it in the format of Q&A, where we can all ask you questions, and that way we can get the new grasp on the news on financial side, and see how we can assist our clients with obtaining mortgages and what programs are still working, which are not working, so we can give our clients the most up-to-date information.
All right. So my name is Alex Michalenia. I'm with Indy Mortgage. We do financing for real estate and we do some business loans. Before the coronavirus, we were doing mainly non-QM business, meaning that it's investor, it's like creative financing, I would say. After Trump announced that we gonna lock down the country, we all investors jumped away, and we lost a lot of non-QM products. What we have right now left is owner-occupied and a few investor properties options. For owner-occupied, we have bank statement, 12-month bank statement program. We also have P&L.
Profit and loss.
Profit and loss, right.
Banking meaning bank statements for 24 months.
No, 12 months only.
Oh, 12 months.
Yeah, we have only 12 months right now.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Full doc, regular QM mortgages.
So conventional.
Conventional, yes. When Trump announced 0% rate, remember, in January?
Mm-hmm.
That's when lots of banks got slammed with business. And their issue was that they didn't have enough personnel to process loans, and they started to increase interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen, I've seen interest rates in twos, like 2.75.
Mm-hmm.
Conventional. I'm bored of an office. It's not my office, so I apologize. There's some kind of noise.
It's okay.
I don't know where it's coming from, so
we don't hear it anyway, so it's fine.
All right.
So conventional, you said was like a 2.75, but back in January, February, right?
Well, even in April, beginning of April, we've seen them, but right now rates going back to threes, 3.5%, 4%, back to normal rates. And I think the wave that we saw, it was mainly a refinance wave, and we're almost done with it. And we're going back to business. I just came off the meeting with our head office, and we were told that non-QM is coming back in like months, 6 weeks. We're gonna see all the products back again with a good rates.
So tell everybody again what non-QM is.
Non-QM is basically, we used to call them subprime.
Mm-hmm.
It's loans with a higher risk.
Mm-hmm.
those are loans that are not being they're being purchased with private investors on a secondary market.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's so it's like the banking statement programs where you don't need to show like the
right. You don't need to show tax. You don't need to show. Well, basically, we had programs like the DSCR, debt service coverage ratio, where
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to show anything. It's basically stated income. It was stated income program.
Mm-hmm.
And investors were all over it. The rates were like 5.5, 6 for stated income programs, and that program does not exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, jumbo loans. It's another topic right now on the mortgage industry. Nobody has jumbo products basically,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that if you go over a certain limit, which is like 500,000, 510,000, then you are you cannot borrow. Also, a program that does not exist right now, I don't see, is a second mortgage. We used to do HELOCs, home equity line of credits. They don't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell us what's not existing anymore and what exists on?
Well, right now we have Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are sponsored by government, basically, and we have qualifying mortgages. It's a conventional FHA programs, no jumbo right now. We do have a program with one investor, jumbo program, but it's like really hard to do. You ask me for a lot of documents. If you have good borrowers, I can do that. Rates are not great. Rates are a little bit out of luck. Let me open rates right now. So
yeah, can you tell us the current the rate situation and
like primary residence for non-QM? I'm going to talk about non-QM business. Primary residence and second home rates start at 6.125. Back in the good days, about 4 months ago, 3 months ago, I'll just give an example. It was 3.75.
So from 3.75 to 6.175.
So 3.75 for non-QM and 6.125 today for non-QM. It's a difference, like almost 3%, 2.5% difference. Let me open. Yeah, this is for investment property. Rate starts at 7%, 6.9, and your credit score has to be 780 plus. So I mean, rates are not great right now for non-QM business. Like private money, we do have investor for private money. If somebody needs private money, we can do private money. Rates start at 10% interest only, and we go 1 to 2 year terms right now. And this is when somebody really needs to finance property to purchase. We don't do refis on non-QM yet. So no refinancing available at this moment.
So no refinancing right now.
No refinancing, no 30-year term right now, 30-year fixed term right now. We do have 5/1 ARM term, and
so can you tell what's the 5/1 ARM is? So 5-year fixed, and then
every year it's going to be adjusted according to the program rate. We use 1 year LIBOR as index, and we add 5%. I believe it's 5% interest. Hold on, me too.
If you have questions about financing, just shoot them out right now to the Alex too, so we can. It's like I want it to be like a conversation, so you can ask what's.
Yeah, you can ask me questions if you have it. Yeah, I believe it's 5 or 6%. And another issue is I see in the market right now is debt to income
Ratio.
FHA lowered to 43%. It used to be 55. That's why a lot of people cannot qualify for FHA right now. FHA was
so debt to income. You mean that, let's say they want to get FHA first home financing, they need to have their debt to income with the payment to 43%, right?
correct. It used to be 55. We've done it 60% manual underwrite, but right now it's at 43. Nobody knows when they're gonna change back. Also for Florida, and we have issue with loan to value. They lowered for Florida. I believe it's 85 right now.
So loan to value, you mean that you can borrow up to 85%?
Up to 85%, right.
For FHA?
I'll double check right now.
Are the loans taking longer now to get financed?
No. It takes. We have 24-hour turnaround time with underwriter right now.
Okay.
So it takes up to 30 days. It doesn't take longer.
Why? Because Go ahead.
No, I was going to say because of the inspections, and it's still the same around 30 to 40 days to get approved.
We don't need inspection. What we need appraisal, and in some cases we do accept appraisals that when people are not allowed to go in.
Okay.
So in certain cases we do accept those appraisals. It's going to be decided by underwriter, so I have no say over it. But if we're not allowed to go in, I'll have to ask underwriter if we can do outside appraisal, and we can go with that. But yeah, we only need appraisal. Inspections, we don't care about inspections.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. How much is the rate for the first buyers?
There are three factors that will tell me a rate. You mean first time home buyer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Same as for everybody. It all depends on the credit score, all depends on debt to income ratio, all depends on loan to value. So all those three factors will tell me the rate.
What's the lowest right now?
Lowest for non-QM is I just told you 6.75. 6.125. Yeah, it's for primary residence.
Even for FHA right now, 6.
No. I'm talking about non-QM. FHA can go as low as 3.25.
So
FHA can go low, but remember, FHA, when you do FHA loan, you have to buy mortgage insurance, and it stays with the loan for the rest of the loan. So when you count that mortgage insurance payment into rate is going to be much close to conventional. So FHA, I don't see advantage in FHA right now. Conventional is much
lower down payment. Low down payment, right? 3 point, like what's the minimum for FHA you can go with?
It's 3.5 down payment for FHA. But remember, it's 43% debt to income ratio.
Meaning that, let's say your salary is $5,000. So all your debt cannot be over $2,150, right?
Say it again.
So let's say your income, monthly income is $5,000.
Right.
And then your debt, including credit cards, including like student loan payments, for example, cannot be over 43%, including the payment for the loan on your house.
On a house, mortgage, if you have condo association, you have to include condo association and insurance. So everything combined cannot be more than 43%. With conventional, it can go up to 50.
So meaning that 2150 is your limit on the debt per month.
Correct.
So if you have
It's not limit on a debt. It's limit on the monthly payments.
a monthly payment. So
Right.
your debt can be, I mean,
Whatever. But payment minimum, like if you have $10,000 credit card, your minimum payment can be only $100.
mhm.
That's what we use.
So basically, if you're making $10,000, you can your max payment can be $4,300.
Correct.
Okay, makes sense.
Thank you.
I have a
And-
question. I'm sorry. Conventional loan, it's not fixed right now.
What do you mean fixed?
You said because usually you get like a 30-year fix. It's you said it was amortized after 5 years.
No. It's not conventional. I'm talking about non-QM. Conventional can be 15 years, can be 30 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
Used non-QM right now we don't have 30-year fixed program. We used to have 30-year fixed option, but right now we have only 5-1 arm.
Okay.
So 5-1 arm. One more time. It is
5 years fixed rate, and after 5 years it's going to be adjusted according to the market. We use LIBOR, 1-year LIBOR index plus margin. Margin will depend on the program we choose.
Yep. So LIBOR is an index from London Stock Exchange, which
It's not London stock. It's London between bank rate.
yeah, something London bank rate, something like that.
It's a bank rate.
Mhm.
So it's like prime rate in the United States.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Okay, sounds good. So just to break it down, so let's say we have a buyer who is showing his income and working for corporation. He has 2 years of taxes, good income, good history. He wants to apply for. He wants to buy a house. He is renting right now. He wants to buy a house. He is applying for mortgage. I mean, we find the house, we put it under contract. Then we tell you, Alex, what we can do, and you have.
It's better if you tell me before you put a contract.
Mm-hmm.
This way we know if the guy can afford the house.
Yeah, pre-approval. So you issue the pre-approval, exactly. And let's say he has 2 years of tax returns, and he has, let's say, 20% for down payment. So what he can go for?
20% for down payment. What's the purchase price?
Let's say purchase price $300,000.
Well, yeah, we can do it. It's if he has if he has the documentation for his income, I can go non-QM. I mean, I can go conventional program. It's no biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Credit score has to be 660 plus.
660 plus now.
Yeah, well, I mean, FHA. Another what changed with FHA? FHA used to be 580 plus. And you could have done a 560 with a manual underwrite, and they increased it to 620
for FHA.
So yeah, so the FHA was designed for low-income people, and right now they cannot afford it right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good.
All right. So I'm looking at my jumbo program right now. We do have a jumbo program. It's up to loan limit is up to 2 million.
Okay, tell what's a jumbo exactly.
Jumbo is when loan amount exceeds conventional rates, conventional limits. Conventional limits it's 600 something right now in Florida, and so over 600 is jumbo.
So 600K is a conventional limit, you're saying, and then if it's if the purchase price or financing amount is 600,000 plus, they need to have a jumbo loan too.
Yes.
Is it the jumbo loan will be going for the part which exceeds 600,000 plus, or for the whole thing?
For the whole thing.
So if
I apologize. It's 510.
510?
Yes, it's 510. It's 765 in like California.
Mm.
Yeah, it's 510 for conventional limit. So everything more than 510,000, $400 is considered jumbo loan.
Mm-hmm. So what about if like there is a buyer for $1 million condo in let's say Hallandale Beach, and he has 20% down payment?
Condo always 25. I tell everybody 25% because the reason I do that is most of the condos cannot be are not qualified for more than for when we do condo, we have to get full condo questionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
Full condo questionnaire has 3 questions. It's an investor concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Then it has a budget question if they have reserves, and another question is either litigation. If there is no budget, condo is not qualified for full condo questionnaire. We have to go with 25% down payment.
Mm-hmm.
And we use our program, non-cam program, was going up to 90%. So with us, we could have done we could have done with the same with those issues up to 90%.
Mm-hmm.
Our problem. We don't do that anymore. Purchase is loan amount up to $2 million right now.
Mm-hmm.
With $2 million, maximum LTV is 60. Meaning that it's 2 million is going to be only 60% of purchase price.
So meaning if let's say this condo is $1 million, you can get a loan for
with the $1 million, you can go up to 70 because loan amount $1 million, our LTV goes up to 70%.
you can with down payment of 30%, you can get it.
Yeah, you can get 700,000 with us.
And what's the approximate rate, like minimum, maximum?
I told you, with us it starts at 6 and 1. Hold on. If you go all the way to 70% LTV, rate's gonna be
For jumbo loan.
Jumbo loan is gonna be 6.625, and there is an adjustment. Hold on a second.
Ouch.
Hold on a second. It's gonna be 7.25.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Those rates are killing me.
Yeah, it's high.
Well, I actually, what I did, I found a rate sheet from 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and we have same rates right now. Our rates actually a little bit better than we had them in 2016. So,
But again, for conventional, you still can. The buyers can. I mean, if they have
no jumbo on conventional.
Yeah. Again, if the purchase price is like in the limits, like if the loan is 510 and lower, then we can. If it's 510 and lower, they can get conventional. Right?
Correct. And with the conventional, if your credit score is good, if your debt to income ratio is good, you can get rate in fourth, like 4.25, 4.5. So, I mean, conventional rates and FHA rates, they're good, but they put a little bit the lower guidelines.
What was like the main change before the COVID and with current situation? What was like the main biggest difference with the issuing mortgages and financing?
What do you mean biggest issue?
I mean the difference like before and after. Like for now, what we need to pay attention as realtors when we, for example, ask questions for our buyers, where do we need to pay attention to? Let's say before they can get financing easily, and now they cannot because of, like you saying, credit score is, if their credit score is 600 or like what, like if they're looking for affordable housing, for example?
600. We do loans with 600 credit score. It's our lowest credit score right now.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the borrower is qualified, the buyer is qualified. That's the main issue. Make sure the buyer is qualified, because you're gonna waste your time. And make sure the buyer doesn't use those Credit Karma credit scores, because they are incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
The one we use is completely different. I've seen difference in 100 points.
100 points.
100 points, yes.
To qualify the buyer, what questions do you suggest to ask, and at what point we need to get them to you or to somebody in financing world?
To qualify a buyer, to ask if they got a pre-approval from a lender, from a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have down payment?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If they don't have pre-approval, just send them my way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and if they don't have, like, let's say, down payment, I mean, they tell you we have 10%. What can I do?
10% of what?
Of like this $300,000 house, let's say.
Okay, so they have $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
What can they do with that money? First of all, you as a real estate agent, you have ability to negotiate seller concession.
Mm-hmm.
And seller can contribute up to 6% on FHA loan, 6% of sales price. But the person has, the borrower has to bring at least 3.5% out of his pocket.
So this is actually a very good point. So right now, let's say seller wants to, like, there's a good deal and he wants to sell a house, but the buyer has only like 3.5%.
Right.
So we can keep the price. Let's say we're offering you a full price, but you do seller's concession. We're not going to negotiate on the price, on the final price, but you do seller concession. And for example, 6%, which will go towards the purchase price of the buyer. That way like 6.5%. That way the buyer has 10% in total for down payment, basically. Is that correct or no?
Correct. But remember, there are closing costs involved as well.
Yeah, of course, closing costs, yeah.
So
on top,
right. Closing costs, we as a lender, we charge $14.95. That's it. For conventional products. So
okay, this is very good.
Non-QM is borrower paid right now. We don't have lender paid option.
Because I remember when I was selling like in 13, 14, 15, there was in Palm Beach County, there were so many buyers, and their realtors always asked for seller concession. They go full price. Sometimes they go above the listing price, but we gave them larger concession. That way they can get like money basically towards the purchase. Or sometimes they will do seller concession for repairs, where they will get a check. So let's say they have 20% down payment, but they're getting, is it actually possible, right? So you give a seller concession, and at the closing they get a check for the repairs, for example.
No, the repairs have to be done. I mean, depends on what. Like if it's a roof, if it's a pool, repairs have to be done before the sale, because it's not gonna pass appraisal inspection.
Yeah, but I'm saying not a roof, but for example, like yard. Like they want to.
Oh, yard, yeah. I mean, I personally don't care, as long as you have enough money for down payment, and I can give you a program, qualify for a program. Yeah, I don't care. You negotiate whatever you want with seller. How are you gonna put it?
This is right now probably it's a good option you can ask for it from the sellers. I mean, just to give some advantage, if they're offering full price, just give us seller concession towards like the yard work, or the buyers will just simply get a check, right? If they pay.
I mean, you put it in escrow account, you just leave it there.
Yeah.
We paid from escrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, sure.
Cool. Sounds good. This is a very good point. Guys, let's ask more questions. While Alex is here, we have actually it's saying we have less than a minute, so we will need to connect again.
Wow. Okay.
Irina, can you send the second link so we can reconnect and we can do just Q&A, 10 more minutes and we will be done. When you buy a house, let's say the yard is in poor condition and you want to, you ask the seller, can you bring the yard to normal? Like you put palm trees or something. He said, no, I'm not going to do anything. You say, okay, my client, this is a breaking point for the deal. They want to have a nice yard. And you ask them, are you willing to take an offer, but we will put seller concession of, let's say, 5%. And that what does it mean? That means that you, let's say the house is offered at $300,000. You asking 5% of this amount, which will be
1,500.
15,000.
Oh, 15,000, right.
And 15,000 will be, so the loan will get financed in the full amount, but this 15,000 will stay in escrow of the broker, and they will go directly, they will issue a check back to the buyer for this 15,000. They can do it different way. They can either use it towards the purchase or they can use it towards the yard. It's up to them.
So basically, it's because they're a little bit short in the down payment. In order to qualify, they need that extra push to get them there.
Yep.
Okay.
And during normal market conditions, this usually not work. But I just remember the last downturn, everybody were doing that. I mean, people will get financing with like zero down because they will negotiate like 5 to 6% seller concession. This will be enough for FHA. This will be enough to cover the closing costs. So they will put maybe like $1,000.
Remember, hello?
Yes.
6% is for FHA. For conventional, 3%. For conventional, it's 3%. For every other program, it's 3%.
Okay. And is there a special program for first-time buyers, or it has to be FHA?
I don't have any special programs. No, some like local banks might have it, like credit unions, they might have it. We as a lender, we don't have it.
Okay. Well, I thank you for all this information. It's been very helpful, and I needed a little bit more, just a little touch up on some things that you had said. So Thank you. I'll keep everything in mind. And I do want your number again.
Write down my phone number, 786.
Can I call you anytime? I'm kidding.
Yes. 786.
Alex is
79.
I'm kidding, Alex. I'm kidding. I'm just a joke. 786. Go ahead.
479.
Okay.
4070.
Okay. Thank you, Alex.
All right.
Okay.
Nick, are you in the office?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want, if you want to, because we'll be doing this session on Instagram, you can come here if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do that because I have an issue with.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. Okay.
Do
Thank you.
you guys have any more questions for me?
Any more questions? Yeah. Let's give a chance everybody to ask a question.
And Nick, I was talking to Svetlana earlier today. She asked if you can. I don't know if you're recording it or not.
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay.
I will send it's actually will be, I will record, we'll place it in our internal CRM or maybe on the channel.
And anybody who wants, like if you guys have any questions, give me a call. Just leave me a voicemail if I'm not answering. I do prefer voicemails than text messages.
Okay.
You don't like WhatsApp?
Got it.
WhatsApp too, yeah. I'm on WhatsApp, Viber. I mean, I'm another issue right now. I forgot to mention foreign nationals. It's
that's important.
Really hard topic right now. So foreign national programs, it's only few lenders have it. We do have a few options, but they're hard to do right now. So for all foreign nationals, at least 45 days in the contract. That's what I want to see. And yeah, tell them it's a full doc. It's not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full documentation. I mean, the great example will be England or Canada. They do file taxes, and we do require the taxes right now.
What about like CIS region, like Kazakhstan or other?
It will be hard. We have to submit with what we have and get approval from a bank. Yeah, it's on case by case basis right now.
Yeah, keep us posted too on this too. Is if you want it, they will ease up the
Right.
process too.
Right. And what else I do? I do SBA loans. It's good topic right now. Commercial. If you have anybody who wants to buy commercial, I do SBA loans. SBA loans. It's for owner occupied. You have to occupy at least 51% of the property. I'll give you example. For multifamily, will not work because it's not occupied by the owner. Like shopping plaza, if owner occupies more than 51%, will work. Office building, if owner occupies more than 51%, it will work. Why am I mentioning SBA loans? SBA loan is a loan to purchase commercial real estate and to do business. Like if you want to purchase, if your client he wants to buy some kind of equipment that costs like $1 million. I can do financing for that equipment. If your client wants to buy a hotel, I can do financing with SBA. SBA is a great product for a hotel. You can finance up to 90% of the purchase price.
For hotel?
For hotel, up to 90%. Disadvantage, like what we need for SBA, we need 3 years of income to prove income, expenses, everything available from a hotel. Up to we need 3 years to prove sustainability. Right now it's going to be hard because last 2 months hotels like zero occupation basically. But primary like office buildings we can finance with SBA loans, and it's up to 90%.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
That's very good information too. Like imagine, I think it's going to be more like some great hotel deals now, so you can finance up to 90.
Yeah, rates are great for commercial property. Like they're like 5.5–6%.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not bad at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. So yeah,
Any more questions?
Not me. I thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nick.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Nico.
Bye, guys. Nice
Bye.
to chat
See you. Bye. Have a great day.
bye. Thank you.